Hello cave tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Advance with Blue Ankylo. So, I elected not to escape on my own off camera because I think part of the fun of this game was actually getting in and escaping all in one go without dying or saving or anything. And then just to show you, these doors down here are all locked. So like I said last episode, the bottom 4 rooms are closed to us. So in the last episode, we successfully destroyed some Pisco demons, who weren't as bad as they could have been. Blasted them to death with lightning bolts, and we successfully retrieved the crown. And that was what the king apparently asked us to get, the one from that abandoned old castle. So I suppose we ought to take it back to him. I think, if I remember correctly anyway, in the NES version, the king mentions that you should bring that crown right back, like you should go straight back to him after you get it. So we'll do it like that anyway. We won't bother backtracking all the way to the town for no reason. We'll go turn that crown right over quickly, as soon as we can escape this cave. We've still got lots of MP and stuff, so it should be no problem, but the marsh cave honestly isn't that big, so it should only take me a minute or two and we'll be out. But yeah, this part, like I said before, was certainly a challenge in the original game. You definitely learned the quickest route through the cave because you're probably going to have to do it. You'd probably have to do it a couple times. You'd die and have to try it again and all that. So, or at least I did, and I was a little kid, so who knows? Maybe gamers nowadays just walk right through everything. Who knows? Let's see. Probably have enough MP left to just blast through anything that come up against, so that should speed us up. I haven't actually used Cura yet. Haven't really had a big need for it, I suppose, but I'll show that off before too long. Green slimes. Let's just fire them to death. Yeah, so hopefully I'll take this sort of downtime, and hopefully everyone that's watching this is enjoying. This is my second Let's Play. I did Wing Commander and had some fun with that, and now I'm doing my first RPG Let's Play, and I'm still getting the hang of just how I want it to roll. Like, I know some Let's Players cut out a lot of the battles and skip back and forth a whole lot to cut out just to save time and get you through it quickly, but when I'm watching those, I often feel that we're missing a good part of the game. Like, you know, a lot of the fun of these old games, well, RPGs in general, I suppose, is the battle parts, of course. So, you know, if they really start to feel like they're dragging on or anything, I'll probably start cutting them out. But for now, I think it's okay, as long as I've got something to talk about, and the battles aren't really taking forever, and they shouldn't in this game anyway. Although it would go faster if I remembered to use that spell. But, there we go. So anyway, like I was saying, you know, I'm still just learning. I'm getting the hang of... Oh, we're not fighting this. Goblin guards. Well, got ambushed. Yeah, if you haven't caught on already, an ambush just means every enemy gets a free attack. I think you can get preemptive strikes, so all your guys get a free attack too instead, or, you know, pretty standard mechanics for these sorts of games. But anyway, yeah, you know, any feedback's appreciated. If anyone's watching this and they have some suggestions for how I could improve, I'm certainly willing to listen. I'm just doing these sorts of things for fun, so I'm not terribly concerned if it's the most popular YouTube video or not, obviously, but you know, I'd prefer to make a enjoyable video. So yeah, anyway, if you've got some comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know. Yeah, so we're almost at the castle here, and we'll see how this goes. So always one more random battle. So one thing you can do if you're not sure if you'll get escape is you can individually select everyone to run away, and then either they will run away or that spell will happen and kill everything. I think that's a good way of making sure it goes quick. Now is a perfect time for us to use, I guess I should sort this out a bit. The tent is good. I think it restores 100 MP or something around there, and the cottage is full, but early on in the game tent is fine. I'm sure that happens in lots of the other Final Fantasy games too. Let's just see quick. Yeah, probably about 100 MP by the looks of it, so. But we won't need full blast for this, I don't think. So, oh yes, spoiler alert, I might have saving and using a tent. So let's see, let's return his crown. His sprite has one already, but look at my spare. You fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, King of the Dark Elves. Surprise! What's this, viewers? Ooh, he's ugly now. With the combined power of the crown you now hold, and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King. Oh, it is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. He sure is ugly. I don't know what magical powers this crown has, but I kind of wish I'd bought in some more null shock and null fire spells. This guy is the first one that really uses magic. And I wish I had a different spell there as well. Oh well, we should be okay. Yeah, this is a good boss fight. He's got some good magic, and at least if he uses lightning, we'll be defended. But there, you got to see me use temper that time. I'll even cast that on my black belt. It just raises the attack power. So, not the number of attacks, but the power per attack. And it makes a pretty good impact, I think. I'm not sure the exact number value that it goes up by, but, you know, look at that. No problemo. So that's usually how I run big bosses with my mages. I get the white mage to buff and the black mage to put on the attack buffs, I guess. And we got a bunch of levels up. Very nice. And you obtain the crystal eye. Excellent. I guess one thing I can show you these things. I haven't really done this too much, but that was the loot we had and the crown we just picked up. It shimmers mysteriously. Ooh. And a transparent orb of a crystal. Excellent. All kinds of useful things. I think, just quickly here as well, now that we've got, let's see, where is he? No, next boss. Should have gone down the main menu. Come here, Astos, where are you? Yeah, he drops a mithril sword too, so again, another boss with some very nice loot. That would have been very nice if he dropped that for us. But it didn't work. So you can see he actually has no resistances or weaknesses, and he uses all kinds of different magic that we didn't get to see. I have used silence on him before and had that work, so if you're having a really hard time, you could get the white mage spell silence. I think it's the level 2 magic. And if you can get it to work on him, he's kind of crippled at that point, so that will help out a lot. And I think he has all the level 2 fire, ice, and lightning spells. So if you put on the null fire, null shock, null ice spells, that could help you out a bit. But the way we did it worked fine. So anyway, we're going to travel back. Let's see, we got the crystal, so we need to travel all the way back to visit Matoya. So I'm going to cut the video here because I've got a fairly long walk ahead, and yeah, that's going to take a while. So I'll meet up with you once I'm on the ship at least. And we're back. So we've just traveled back past Elfheim to our ship. And I guess there's actually 2 places I haven't shown you from the sea. I sort of skipped the middle part here. That was that port by Cornelia, so when we want to go back there, we can land right there, no problem. And some buccaneers, ooh. These are one of the best ways to get money if you're really short on money, at least if I remember correctly. They're a bit tougher than those pirates. I think the pirates that we fought back in Provoca, that was the only time in the game you could actually fight that specific enemy. But these buccaneers you can fight sort of randomly on the sea. And they're pretty easy, but look at that money. 600 gil for just one little fight like that. That's pretty sweet. So we're going to sail under this bridge, and if you remember seeing this on our way up, yep, there's a little port up here to save us a little bit of time. And we'll give Matoya a visit. Goblins and ambushes, oh brother. Might have to cut some more of this out. Next battle if I get attacked again. Alright, almost there. Come on. Excellent. Alright. Here you go. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye? Give it here! Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. You obtain Jolt Tonic! Yeah. Hooray! Ah! I can see! I can see again! And boy are you guys dirty. No, she didn't actually say that. So yeah, seeing as we've got that, obviously we've traded in, so now we can break the deep sleep. So instead of having you watch me travel all the way back, I'll see you back in Elfheim. And welcome back, viewers! Quick jaunt across the sea, and here we are, the Elven Castle. I don't think anyone will say anything yet, so we better just wake him up with our Jolt Tonic, just what you'd want after 5 years of sleeping. Wonder what they put in this. This Jolt Tonic may be just what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. Oh, I forgot these are elves. I will try it at once! Gotta have a good elfie voice for these guys. Your Highness! Your Highness! The prince? I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall follow the legend as it has been told to me and my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. Oh, thank heavens, that's what we wanted. You obtain the mystic key. Excellent. So now, all those doors that were locked are open to us. Thanks to you, the prince has finally awoken. You have my undying gratitude. You've brought peace back to Elfheim. Excellent. I am awake and strong again, all because of you. Yeah, okay. Enough of the LV elves. Essentially, they're happy because we saved the prince. More importantly, they gave us this key. And there should be quite a few doors that we can open. So we'll go to this one up here first. Mithril hammer. Sounds nice. Some money. Some more money. And some bronze gloves. Well, I know who could like a hammer. Excellent. Not much better, but it's an improvement. Alright, my next stop, we're going to do some more trading in of stuff. I think we'll go to the Castle Cornelia, or however they pronounce it. Be back in 1 second. And... just as we were starting the recording, we got attacked. Just sailed across the sea up here. You may have noticed, or you might remember, that back in the continent, or whatever, the side that has the elf stuff, there was a couple, like in the ancient castle in the marsh cave, there's some treasure doors in there that we need to go back to, and we'll have to backtrack a little to get those. But first off, I want to get up here to this stuff. The time has come to use the key to open the doors. I gotta get a good old man voice. The equipment within is sure to help you. It probably will help. Saber. I think that's not that good. Cottages are nice. Mithril knife. Oh yeah, I know someone who could use that. So we're getting mithril weapons for everyone now. All sharp and pointy. tent. Well, that's great. Ah. You obtain nitro powder. You gotta be serious with this stuff. Iron armor. Oh, well, that's kind of pointless. We already had lots of that. So, I don't know if I want to spend the time to go talk to everybody in the castle. I doubt there's too much new to say. I wouldn't be surprised if the that dancer might have something to say with us. Let's just check in quick to see. Hee. Narek the dwarf has been looking for powerful explosives. I wonder what he's gonna use them for. Yeah, just helpful little if you really don't know where to go. Let's see. I will quickly jump up to the Chaos Shrine. If you remember, there was a couple treasure doors there. Back in a minute. And here we are, just like that. The music in here is great, so I always like coming back to the Chaos Shrine. Although the battles keep getting in the way. But, this is one of my favorite musics, too. Musics, that's the correct term. My favorite musics. Alright. Clean up this trash. What's in here? Ah, this is a special tile. These are... I guess I didn't mention it. Certain tiles have fixed encounters. So like when I fought the Pisco demons in the marsh cave, you could keep stepping on that specific tile, and you could fight them every step if you wanted. This one I'm stepping on right now with the gargoyles is like that too, so you have to fight them. I guess you could probably run away if you can get away, but it's an automatic fight as soon as you step there. A rune blade, ooh. Unfortunately, it's not really as good as it sounds. Let's see. It's better than a broadsword, okay. So it's good for probably about 5 minutes. Oh, brother. Encounter rate. There needs to be a lower encounter spell. That would be very handy. The Moogle's Charm from Final Fantasy VI, as you may recall. So, yeah, we're just collecting some treasure now. My next stop... I think I'll go back to the dwarves after this. I'll save the elf stuff for after, because it's just picking up loot at that point. The dwarves, it's at least a little bit more plot, so I'll go there next. Okay, you know what? Back in a second. And when done, I don't know how those cuts are going to look, but okay. This is another one of those tiles that's an auto fight. So I'll show it just because it should be pretty quick anyway. But yeah, you know, these two treasure rooms in the Chaos Shrine are not that important to go back and get. Just a couple swords and a gold needle, which isn't that bad, but the two swords are sort of equivalent. One is good against werewolves, and one is good against spellcasters, so not bad. And at this point, I will cut the video, and I'll meet you back somewhere near the dwarf cave. So, back in a blast, or back in a second, however that goes. And here we are. 1 second for you, a minute for me. Pretty uneventful journeys, really. There's really nothing going on. I'm kind of glad I'm skipping them all. It's just backtracking right now. You know, we're just trading items in and continuing the plot. Nitro powder. Pooder. The explosive force in this pooder will hey my canal open in no time flat. I owe you kids. And hopefully that is the last of the dwarf speak we need to hear. For a long, long time. What's he doing over there? There we go. Now we can bluter this rock to smithereens. What are you all standing round for? That pooter's set to blow. Unless we plan on going with it, you'd better get out whilst you can. Uh-oh. So instead of all that time talking and trying to figure out what he said, we should have just been running away. Oh no. This is pretty bad. We're in the middle of a cave and just set up some nitro powder. Is this the end of the Light Warriors? Ooh, fancy graphics. Well, looks like he knew what he was doing, except that we were in that cave when he did that. Oh, we're okay. Phew! Good thing it's a video game. Kids, don't try this at home. I cannot wait to see what lies out there ayont that canal. Yep, me neither. Ah, that strange glitch bar. I don't know what the deal is with that. Alright, this one has lots of treasure. One's a tent. A great helm. Well, that's probably an upgrade. A worm killer. Ooh, what could that do? Ether restores MP. Potions restore hit points. La la la. Mithril mail. Some more money. And another cottage. So we're getting some good loot. The worm killer is just 1 point better, so we'll take it. Great helm looks okay. And the mithril armor is actually not as defensive as iron. But it is really good if you have a thief or a red mage, I believe. Unfortunately, we don't have either of them. None of this is any good for him at all, and these guys can't equip it, so pointless. Alright, so we have successfully opened the canal. There is a few more things we should do in this sea before we leave. We have a few spells to purchase, probably some equipment to sell, and a couple more treasure rooms to loot quickly. So I'll just be cutting basically to each spot as I show you what we're up to. So stay tuned. I'll be just briefly showing you all the little things to get. And first stop, we're in Provoca to fill up our level 2 magic, because we never bought the full 3 things. So we currently just have Null Shock, and I like to at least, there's that silent spell I was talking about. I like to buy them all sort of while you can, before I forget about them. We've got lots of money, as you can see, and even the spells I say are useless, you never know, you might come up with 1 point where you could use them. So we have Temper, Blizzard. Let's get slow, why not? We might use it, you never know. So we just filled up our magic for level 2. That's all there is to do in Provoca. I'll see you back in the next town. And welcome back again! Next stop, Elfheim. The elves will talk to you a little differently now. They're happy that you saved their prince at least, so that's cool. One thing I want to do just quickly, I'll do it on camera, but essentially I'm just going to sell all this stuff that I don't use, because I might need a bit of money here. Well, you know, all those spells are kind of expensive. And look at this, we've still got clothes lying around. Who needs this junk? Leather armor. Poof. We've been lugging around all kinds of junk for way too long. You will learn the main reason I went to the Chaos Shrine, though. It wasn't that I was ever going to use those 2 swords. It's, oh look at that, you can sell it for 3,000. So I'd say that's worth the trip. It only takes a minute. The enemies are easy. 3 grand here, 3 grand there. 2,500, not bad. Okay, so now we've got tons of money. No point really keeping them, I don't think. And magic, so we have Fire 2, Lightning 2. I don't know, these 2 are both pretty poor spells. Whatever, we'll go with the one that hits everyone at least. I could see that maybe helping one day. And we'll get some white magic. I could have used heal in the cave. That would have been a good spell, healing everyone in the group. And then Null Blaze certainly is useful. Not that we got hit by any fire magic, but it's nice to have. It's a good utility spell. What about this guy? Anything new? Yeah, I think they all say that, probably. Maybe the sages, you know, remember the sages? They said they might give us some hints later on, so we'll see. And level 4 magic. That's probably the main one you want for white magic. Half ice damage for the group. Fear might be good. I don't know. I don't use it much. If it can hit, I think the enemies will run away, so that's kind of cool. And Vox cures silence, which really won't happen a lot. And unfortunately, Poison A, or Poisona, or whatever, used to be called Pure or something, I think. It costs a lot of money for what it does. In the original game it cost 4,000 gil, and for that price you could buy quite a lot of antidotes, more than you would ever need to use, so the spell was kind of a waste actually. Now Okay, the Sage has nothing to tell you. But here, the black magic at level 4, very good stuff. Ice 2, basically, or Blizzara. Nice strong damage spell. This is the big daddy one though. Haste. Doubles the number of attacks. You basically get twice as much damage. So you can only cast it on once, it doesn't stack. But then if you cast that on, say, Cecil, and then Temper or something, you can get his attack power crazy high. Sleep Raw is kind of lame because it only hits one enemy. Maybe it has a higher chance of success, but we already have a sleep spell that hits the whole group. So might as well go with Confuse. That sounds slightly useful. I'm running a bit low on money, but I might as well buy some level 4 white magic just for the heck of it, really. I don't know. I'll buy it just cuz, and that sounds totally useless, so we'll go with Fear. Curing Silence, I don't know how often you're ever going to get silenced in this game, so not a big deal. This is the point, or at least somewhere around this point, is the time when you should really buy some of these. I recommend, well, I'm gonna bring 10 with me, and that might be more than you need by a bit, but good idea. And then see, these things cure silence if you're really worried about it, and those things cure poison. So those two spells, cure poison, cure silence, pretty useless. And you can't cure stone with a spell yet, so that's a good reason to buy some gold needles. So the items are good, might as well buy them. Alright, so we've visited all the towns we need to. Before I end the video, I will quickly zip to the last couple treasure rooms. So again, see you back in a second. And we've returned to the Western Keep, where we slew the fake king, the Dark Elf Astos, who tried to pull a little trick on us. I'm hoping you guys saw through it. But now we can go in here. In front of every chest, there is a little fight if you step on the square in front of them. So if you don't want to fight, just walk the way I did, and you won't have to. None of this stuff is any good. That looks like pretty bad stats. What else did I pick up? Oh, steel gloves. Okay, they're a little bit okay. And there's a staff, right? A power staff. Yeah, not that great. But I think it's worth a lot of money. And one thing that's really cool is this fight right here. You will always fight mummies, and it will be between 2 and 5, maybe 5 or 6. And they each have 80 hit points, which isn't a whole lot. Although they have pretty good defense. They can also put you to sleep. If you didn't know that, mummies put you to sleep. That's perfectly common knowledge. Everyone's mummy puts them to sleep. Like that. Anyway, the reason I show you that is pretty good money, and if you get a big group especially, well, we're not getting a lot of luck, but anyway, you can kill them all in one fire spell, almost guaranteed, unless something really weird happens. And if 2 of them will give you 600 gold, 150 experience, this is quite the waste of a spell, but imagine it hitting a big group of them. They'd all be dead for sure. You'd get a ton of experience and money. So if you really felt like you wanted to grind for some money or some levels, that's a good way to do it, I find. I've done it myself a couple times. So anyway, that's one more stop. We only have one left for this video. It'll take me a little bit longer this time. I've got to go to the bottom of the marsh cave again. Back in a minute. And hello, welcome back. So I've just traveled to the bottom of the marsh cave, and there's some treasure here. This is another one of those tile battles, and these snakes are fairly tough. They're tougher than the other random snakes we fought, I think. Or at least, there are other snakes you can fight that are pretty easy. These guys are a little bit tougher, but no big deal. And we get the silver armlet. And that's probably, if there was a reason to go all the way to the bottom of the marsh cave one more time, that's probably it. Pretty useful armlet. Much better than the copper one. It is a bit of a trek to go all the way back down here again after you've completed the level. But silver armlet's pretty good. So this is another one of those tile battles, I'll call them. This is the same fight as before the crown, essentially, and this just time we got a little bit less lucky and got 4 at a time instead of just 2. Again, I think this group, just like those mummies, can go up to 5 or 6. So be careful. You can definitely save beforehand if you're worried. All that for a stinking antidote, huh? Isn't that great? The game developers are trolling us. You certainly wouldn't be too happy if you're playing the original game and you're just barely surviving and you got an antidote out of it. Or a pure potion, they would have been called. So, you know, 2 chests, just a couple left here. This one, empty. Complete waste of time. Very sad. But the last one over here, I don't know, probably nothing. I seem to remember the main reason of coming down here was just to get that silver armlet, so I believe that's it. Well, again, Vivi manages to go last and not do anything. Okay, so it is a chest. It's guarded by some more of these guys. And we should be okay. If we can't kill 3 of these, then that's a darn shame. Although they sure hit hard, look at that. Definitely recommend saving before you do these fights, just in case. If they all gang up on one person, it's pretty hard to live through, I think. And some money. Okay, so not that great, but better than nothing. And, well, YouTubesters, I believe I will end this video also in the Marsh Cave. But essentially, we're done the first group of towns. There's nothing else we need to do. In the next episode, we'll see what lies beyond the canal. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'm having a good time, and I hope you are too. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Advance.